You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another banger episode of Live with Brandon Blakeney. Got two special guests with me, Callie Schuyler from High Point University basketball. I appreciate y'all ladies joining me tonight.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Y'all in unison, like that chemistry is crazy.
Only you knew.
Well, I know you guys played in high school together, right? If I remember correct, at West, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came in as a freshman my sophomore year, and we played together for 3 years.
Schuyler, was you on the state title team? I think you was already gone by then.
I was gone, unfortunately.
They waited till you left to win it, man.
Right? They hate to see it.
Well,
I will never let them live that down.
No, you won't.
Well, I really wanted to just have you ladies on. I've really been trying to do a better job of highlighting women's sports, and y'all had a really, really impressive a historic season. Let's not sugarcoat it. So I just wanted to peel back a little bit. I know it was a up and down, but you guys really caught your stride. Dominant performance in the Big South. I caught a few games on my ESPN Plus subscription. You know, what was the season like for you guys through y'all's eyes, just growing together?
I think our team had don't look at me, like a pretty rocky start. Like we had a few losses to begin the season, but
Right.
I think once we got that first win, we just picked it up from there, and our team grew closer together as we played, and we just had that motto of we over me, and we were all working towards a common goal. So we kind of kept that in the locker room every game, and we went through with it. We followed through with it.
Do you want to add anything, Schuyler? I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't know.
No, I mean, I agree with Cal. I think our non-conference schedule, not that it was tough. We did have a couple of tough teams in there, but I think we definitely dropped some games that we should have won, which I think would have helped us come down to when we won the tournament, have a better seed in the NCAA tournament. But overall, the same thing Callie said, we kind of switched our roll up for a little bit. Coach changed up things even before the game. Just our first and last thing we said in the locker room for her pregame speech, you want to call it, was we over me, and we're all working towards a common goal. And I think we all really bought into that, and that's kind of what we strove towards, and that was the goal that we wanted to have, and we ended up with it in the end.
What was the mindset coming into the tournament? I mean, I know you guys really imposed your will in conference play, but, what was the team attitude like coming towards it?
We actually dropped the last regular season game to Longwood.
Right.
In the 2-game series, won the first one, lost the second one. So after that, we kind of all came together and it's conference time, tournament time, everyone's going out there to win. It doesn't matter what happened in the regular season. So after that loss, I think that kind of motivated us all to really buy in and stick together to go win a championship.
I think also getting our season cut short last year kind of had a lot of emotion for us. We were one of the hottest teams coming into the tournament last year. We weren't first in conference regular season, but we were playing the hottest in best basketball that we had all year. And so I think that not shut up. That us not being able to play that tournament kind of just had kind of lit a fire inside of us for this year, and that we wanted to come in this year and get it done. And once again, we did what we needed to do to get it done.
Most definitely. I think it really felt like y'all was playing with a chip on your shoulder. Callie, I know I've seen you play a couple years now, and you've won at every level. I feel like, a lot of people slept on you, obviously. Shorter guards in every aspect, they get slept on, but you still made your way to D1. How's that chip on your shoulder helped you just continue to be a contributor for this squad?
I think just playing confidently and just knowing that people have kind of counted me out to be my motivation, and just knowing that I can help my team, and knowing that my team has my back to be together, and knowing that
Right.
they lean on me, I lean on them. So that's motivated me to playing with that chip on my shoulder, knowing that people have talked about my size, whatever. I always talk about heart over height, and so that's my motto since high school. So yeah, and I love the team that I'm playing with now, and so it's pretty easy to go out there and just be competitive with them.
And Skylar, for you, I really feel like you took a major leap forward this year too, leading the team in scoring this year, getting buckets, and just doing it at a high rate. I also was impressed, 7 rebounds a game. I was most impressed by
that. Yeah, I think that coming in this coaching staff last year, we did buy into them, but we didn't. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think we all were 100% completely understood the system we were playing in. I think it took playing last year towards the end of the season, like I said, when we did kind of catch on to it. And then over the summer, being able to work with the new people that we had and continue to work with each other. But I mean, it's just a very free system. You know, everyone gets open shots. You kind of can do whatever you want to do. And I have the coach's trust and I trust them, and I'm going to get the shots when I get them. And then I always try to crash the boards. I know I don't do it as much as I think some people would like me to, but I'm trying to get in there all the time.
How important is that to have that trust, man? Like when you got dogs on the court, you really gotta let them off the leash and just really let them go. How important is that freedom and that trust that the team and the staff has in you, ladies?
I think it's huge. I think it's something that helps all of us play to where they want us to play. It's hard to play for coaches that don't let you really have a leash, and you have a very short leash, and so you're timid and scared to make a mistake or to do something wrong. But we have the freedom to kind of go out there and do what we think is the right play, and we'll hear about it later, of course. But it's not something that we're going to be scared to. It's not the kind of thing where we're going to be scared to make a mistake and get pulled and things like that. So I think it's huge to have that trust and have that trust in them, and for them to have that trust in us.
You want to add anything, Callie?
I just think it helps like play free and knowing when the coaches have confidence in you that this is what they want you to do, and you don't have to feel like there's like weight on your shoulders. You just go out there and play free, and I think that has helped our whole team be successful.
Now, I know it didn't end how y'all wanted to, but it was a big accomplishment making the NCAA tournament. And I know you guys went out there and played hard. The seeding was kind of crazy. We all know you guys won a lot of games. But just speak on the experience. And we definitely got to talk about the weight room. I would be remiss if I didn't bring it up. I got to. But before we go there, though, just the overall experience, I mean, it's dope. You know, you guys got to bond as a team, and I'm sure you had some good times out there, too.
Yeah, sorry. It was really cool to be in San Antonio with all the other teams, like going to COVID testing, seeing all the teams. Like I caught myself like fangirling over like the number one team, and I'm like, wait, we're in this tournament. Like I can't do that. But just like there were like restrictions. We couldn't do as much as like in a normal year without COVID we could do. But it's also cool because everyone was in the same spot where like next year if things are normal, there's different regions. So you wouldn't necessarily get that same experience of like being with everybody. All playing and practicing in the same gyms and like passing other teams and coaches that you may know players of and stuff. But I think our team got really close while we were there, and it was really good bonding experience.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was cool. It does suck that we didn't really get to do the things that we usually would get to do. Like we were in our hotel like 24 hours in the day. We were in our hotel probably literally like 16 to 18. Like we didn't really get to leave our hotel room. But I mean, of course it was a cool experience. We played UConn and we made the NCAA double tournament. So that's something that every basketball player tries to do.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that we got to do it. It does suck the year that we did it is the predicament that we were in, but
we'll go back next year. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was about to say. We graduated a couple people, but I feel like our core group is still here, and we have a couple more years to do it again.
Speaking of UConn, I wanted to pick y'all's brains about Paige buckets a little bit out there, man. Like, is the film line? I mean, AP Player of the Year. Not many people get to face that.
They don't.
Yeah, she's tough. She can create for herself in so many different ways, and I think that's what makes her so great. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's not much to say about her. I think everyone knows she's an amazing player, and we did what we could and what we thought we needed to do to try to shut her down. But once she hits one or two of those rhythm jumpers, there's no going back.
What was the strategy going in, like, to attack and really try to contain that offense?
I mean, we prepared like we did for everybody else. So we didn't really change anything in that aspect. We were just trying to take their strengths away and force them to do things that they weren't. I mean, they're pretty comfortable with everything, but try to get them outside of their comfort zone, I would say. We were willing to give up certain shots here and there, and those are the ones we gave up, and they still hit them. So that just brings us back right around to where we say that they are very, very good.
They are UConn.
And they're just as good as everyone thinks they are.
Was that the best team that y'all played against, like, all year? I know y'all played Carolina and a couple other teams, but in y'all's opinion, like, was that the toughest matchup? And what did y'all take away from it to, like, get better from that? Because I'm a believer iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, that was definitely the toughest team we played. Just strength and size, just compared to our team, it was different. And just they're a whole different type of athlete. I mean, that's why they're the number one team in the country for the most part. But playing against them, I mean, it showed us that we can be successful against top tier teams, but also it showed us like we could work on some things too to be like play at a high level. I think
it also showed us that what we do works. We didn't change our offense at all, and we scored more than what they usually held teams to, which I think is saying a lot coming in from a mid-major school. We're playing one of the number one teams in the country, and we didn't change anything, and it still was successful. So I think that kind of, even though obviously the score was pretty brutal, but I mean, I think it also kind of gave us confidence that, hey, we can do this against UConn. We can come in next year and do this against any team that's on our schedule.
Oh, most definitely. Y'all should definitely be holding your heads high after the season y'all had and the performance. Like, a lot of people just want to get to that place and play on the court. What was the message from the coaching staff after the game?
We kind of hit on, or our coaching staff talked about the whole year, kind of like what you just said. Like, we accomplished a lot this year. We made history on many different occasions. Wins in the season and conference and the championship. We got the first ever NCAA appearance. So we weren't really focused on the UConn game. Obviously, we wish we could have hit some more shots or did this, did that. But it was more, the conversation after the game was more just about the season that we had and that we can hold our heads high and be confident after the season that we had and just use that loss as motivation to go in next year and want to be back and be in that same position next year with a higher seed. We talked about want to take care of business in the non-conference earlier on and in conference, not drop some games that we shouldn't have, and then hopefully get a higher seed to play not a number one team.
Coach actually said one thing that kind of hit home with me was that it was something along the lines that one team ends their season with a win, and it's the national champion. And not that I'm like, it's a little bit unrealistic for us to be the national champion, but I think that kind of, it just hit home with me. That's like, hey, like, we're not going to end our season feeling like we did when we won our conference tournament. Obviously, that's a great feeling, and it was amazing, and we still talk about it to this day. We're still talking about it, but I think that just kind of hit home with me. Is like, it sucks that we lost, but there's only one team that's gonna end it with a win.
Now, I know we saw, like, the TikToks and the pictures and stuff, like, with the discrepancies. It took a day. They turned it around real quick. What was y'all's first overall initial thoughts? Like, was it that bad? Like, I wasn't there, so I'm just asking y'all.
Yeah, a lot of people were, like, texting me and asking me the same thing. Like, is that actually what it looked like? Was that, like, legit? Was that actual pictures? And, like, the first day, none of us really realized. Like, we saw the practice facility and we saw, like, the weights and stuff. We're like, oh, look, they gave us some weights. But then once we saw all the tweets and everything about the men, what the men got and versus what we got, that's when everything started to kind of blow up and everyone started talking about it. And like, Scott,
I'm going to show you. This is just like, no lie. This is what we ate for like 2 days. I don't know
what is that?
Hold on. It's going to be hard to. It's like.
Oh, wow.
It's like beef.
School lunch.
It's like, It's like beef stew with like Mexican rice and beans.
Yeah, that don't even go together.
No,
I
it doesn't
know.
go together.
I think it was frustrating for me because I've been one. I mean, you've probably, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm one to voice my
I will
opinions.
be after tonight.
Yeah, and so I think it's frustrating. You know, we all did the same thing that the men's teams did to get there, and so I mean, we played through a COVID season. We, for High Point, didn't get shut down once this season. We played every game we were supposed to. We got rescheduled once because of another team. And so I think it was just frustrating for us that, like, they get treated so much better, in a sense. I'm going to use that word because they're men.
Fair.
And that's really the only excuse or reasoning that you could give us. There was nothing different that they did or that they had to go through than what we did. And so that's where I found it super frustrating.
Definitely. I mean, I understand you ladies are out there laying it all on the line. And to be honest, like, if we really want to be 100, the women's national title game was 10 times better than the men's.
Way better.
I think all the from the Sweet 16 on, every game was better. Like Houston, no one's ever heard of Houston. No one wants to watch Houston in the Final Four. Let's be real.
Nah.
Exactly. And it brings me full circle. It's like everyone. It's just, I mean, it's really wild that they get treated differently and better because they're the men's basketball, and it's the same thing at our school. Sometimes it's like our men's basketball team is not very good, and sometimes they get way more advertisement or things like that from the school, and we're over here like we just won 2 championships and
Right.
and we haven't heard anything from anybody.
What changes, like, what would y'all like to see if you had it your way?
I think for our school, I think it took this year for students, and we always have faculty and donors and all that come to our games, but for students, it was always everyone would go to the men's games, and it was always like, yeah, let's go to the men's game. But like we were winning a lot of games this year, and obviously there were no fans for a while. But once they started allowing fans around our conference tournament, everyone started coming. Everyone, like other athletes, were like supporting us, posting about us. So I think after this year, at least at High Point, I think that we have kind of proven that we're fun to watch, and I think students and other athletes here are going to want to come out and support us again next year.
I second that. I think that the changes that need to be made or can be made are obvious. And so I'm not really going to speak on that. It's just bring like equality, I guess. And
Right.
Title IX. I mean, I think it's simple. I think it's a simple changes. And even like what the NCAA came out and said about like no space for the weight room.
That's a lie.
Our gym, our practice court, you know, like, have you ever seen, I don't know if have you seen the Deep South in Raleigh, the AAU tournament?
Yeah.
The giant. So that's where our court was for practice, and it was just one court, but the rest of the room was empty. There was plenty.
That's crazy space. Yeah.
Yeah, there was plenty of space everywhere. So it's like they kind of realized like, oh, like
They messed up.
that, like we're screwed, and so let's come up with these crazy reasons. And as soon as it starts to blow up on Twitter and stuff, we walk into the convention center the next day and there's a weight room. And
Were
it's
y'all
like,
surprised by the change, like how quick it happened?
I mean, I found it humorous, honestly. Like, I mean, if it didn't blow up on Twitter, if the girl from Oregon didn't post that on TikTok, like it wouldn't have happened.
Probably
I
not,
think
to be honest.
it was them just trying to cover their butts for them not treating us equally. It really just brings us back to that.
Was the gear the same? I know like they give y'all a lot of stuff for making the tournament. Like, was the stuff y'all got like anywhere near the same?
We got one T-shirt, some like toiletries, like deodorant and soap, and then a hat, a puzzle, 2 like towels,
A moist towelette.
a moist towelette, and that was about it. And 2 water bottles and a bag, a little drawstring bag. But then looking at what the men got, it's like sweatshirt after sweatshirt, 5 hats,
T-shirt.
yeah, T-shirts.
They
Crazy.
can cover their whole hotel room bed, and like I can fit mine in that drawstring bag that's on my floor right there. That's actually what it's all in too. I haven't taken anything out of it. You want to see?
Yeah. Show us. I show the people. But it's a lot of my viewers that ain't never gonna play an NCAA tournament, including myself. Man, that's no.
It's
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'll pull everything out too. A towel, a water bottle. I did take. There's 2 of these. Oh, an umbrella.
Oh yeah, we got an umbrella.
The puzzle.
It's not a puzzle. I don't even
It's
understand. That's the one that.
It's just like a
toiletry thing.
bag. Doesn't even say NCAA on it. It's just striped.
I noticed that too on the court. Some of the courts like didn't say
Yeah.
that as well.
What is this?
This was on my bed. Some like card things. A couple masks. NCAA basketball. 7 deodorants.
I didn't even get on that.
Callie didn't even get all this. Deodorants.
What?
Each bag was different, I guess.
Hand sanitizer.
Your state championship bag was better than that one.
Oh, a scrunchie. We got a scrunchie for our hair.
So they care about the hairstyle, I guess. They want y'all to.
They want us to wear scrunchies in the game, I guess.
That's crazy. I really think y'all really made the noise to the point where, like, I don't think it's gonna be like this ever again after this year.
I think after this year,
As it shouldn't.
they've seen that changes need to be made.
Here's the moist towelette. Still haven't opened it. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to use it for.
Hey, crazy.
I really don't know what it's for. I've never seen one in my life.
No, they gave y'all the Rite Aid package.
Yeah, basically.
Man, that's
Oh, it's
crazy.
pretty wild.
So like no T-shirts or not like nothing like that.
Got one shirt.
Well, we got our T-shirt wasn't even in our goodie bag. Our T-shirt was given to our coaches to give to us.
Yeah, they got to do better. Well, y'all.
I know the men. I saw
Oh,
some
go
men.
ahead.
I saw some men's also. Correct me if I'm wrong. Got like tennis shoes that had like March Madness or something. Did you see any?
I don't know
those?
if I saw anything like it.
I'm pretty sure I saw shoes and some of the men's got. I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah, a huge discrepancy. So I'm really hoping like it shouldn't even. This should have been done as soon as the tournament started. Like the first women's tournament, we shouldn't even. Y'all shouldn't have to be going through this. So I don't like that for y'all. But I think that y'all going through it will make other women athletes of the future not have to go through this. So y'all are just being trendsetters. With that being said, y'all really are making history at High Point. Like I know y'all still have a lot to prove, but has it set in that like this has been the golden era of High Point women's hoops to this point?
I mean, it's still pretty cool, like just to know like we've done that, and like we already have our 2021 date on the banner and the gym. So just like knowing that, and then also like our new arena, we just toured it the other day. Like seeing that like things can get even better at High Point, and just if we keep winning and taking care of business, like we can compete with some really tough teams, and it's just been fun.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. I mean, making history is always fun. Like, anytime we come back here, whether we stay close with High Point University or not, like we get to tell people that like that team that won that championship, that was us, and we were on it. And another thing I think is cool is this arena is opening next year, and our first home game we'll get to raise a banner and get rings. So I think that's super exciting and something that is always fun to look forward to. But kind of like Callie said, is the future is just as bright as the past. We have a lot of things to look forward to, and we're trying to keep it going for a couple more years.
What do you guys, I know the outlook on, you guys are returning a lot of talent. How do you guys want to improve? What's going to be the mission over the summer and during this off season, just getting better?
I think just like continuing to work on our offense, because it can be confusing at times, but the more we practice it and are there for each other in the offense and know what we're looking for, strengths and weaknesses, like we can be pretty tough to guard. So I think just continuing to like focus on the mechanics and our principles on offense or defense, like working on those things this summer will make us really successful next year.
Yeah, for sure our offense, because it can be confusing at times, especially with the new people coming in over the summer. We'll definitely work on it with them. But
shout out to Shaq.
Yeah, Shakira will be here with us next year.
Okay.
But I think one of another big thing is working on each individual. I think that there's everything that all of us can get better at, including us too, everyone on the team. There's stuff that we can improve on and add to our game that will make us even more lethal. Because once again, our offense is so free. So if we get, whether it's a step back three down or a move going to the rim and finishing, those little things that we can add to our game, I think are going to be huge for us. Because, I mean, what we really went off of this year was drives to the basket and three-pointers. And, of course, that's going to always continue to work. That's our offense. But when we add little things that each player can do fundamentally to it, I think it's going to be something that can take it to the next level and be successful for a really long time.
Most definitely. I'm excited to see you ladies and the entire team keep going. Hopefully the guys can catch up as well. My guy John Michael Wright had a really good season, so shout out to him. Let them know where to find you guys at on social media so they can continue to follow this journey y'all got going. Y'all got a lot of character over there.
I think you broke up for a second.
Oh, I was just saying, let them know where to find you at on social media so they can follow y'all. Y'all some characters.
I don't even know mine.
My Instagram
Let me
is
look because I'm not sure what mine.
Callie Shire.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Go ahead, Callie.
You got it. Go ahead.
This is mine. I don't know if you can see it.
Tap your phone. Can you see it?
Okay. Dang, you need the blue check. How many followers?
I'm trying to get it, but it's just Callie Shire with two
Y'all
R's.
definitely follow Callie and Skylar. We got to give you a follow too.
Mine's _Skylar's current _21.
Hey, y'all give the ladies a follow, man. They some big time ballers. Follow. Hey, I appreciate y'all again. And we'll definitely have to have y'all on when the season gets going next year as well, man. I thank y'all again.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Thank
problem.
you so much.
Thanks for having us.
No doubt. Well, that's a wrap for us and for all the latest and the greatest. Y'all subscribe to Live with Brandon Blakeney. You did.
See ya.